Hello, hello. Good morning. I'm back. I'm back in all ways. I have a new little setup. You can't see it, but a new like phone and iPad holder, which is great. I went to Mexico for Dia de los Muertos, which was amazing. And then I was like, I got home and I've had a lot going on. So now I'm back and ready to get to work. This is the work of an aware person, is to meditate, to clean one's own mind, to keep one's own house in order, to minimize harm to others, to maximize benefit to others. This is the work. So we started on the cushion and we carry it out into the world. And I'm really excited to be back meditating with you today. We are in the month of Santa Muerte in the temple. And so during this month, we call upon Santa Muerte for her wisdom, her potency, power, and ability to affect worldly change in a beneficial way. I personally work with her in honor of all of my work with the dead, the dying, and the grieving. And so we are going to draw a card today with kind of a message in the spirit of Santa Muerte from the Jade Oracle, which is by Veronica Iglesias and Ann Key, with art by Ramona Snow Teo. And this is what the box looks like. A blessed snowy day to you too, Leslie. Wow. We're not snowing here. We're raining, but we're raining cats and dogs for sure. All right. So let's see. What is the message from the realm of Santa Muerte today? Sintli, which means corn. Sintli. Corn was the most important foodstuff for ancient Mexica and continues as the base for many foods: tortillas, tamales, atole, and pozole, just to name a few. Corn was offered to the deities in rituals, and corn kernels are still cast for divination. Corn was domesticated thousands of years ago when farmers used selective breeding to produce ears with more kernels. The first domesticated corn, dating from 3500 BCE, is found in Puebla. This domestication process left corn entirely dependent on humans for propagation. I didn't know that. Furthering the relationship between humans and corn as allies. Prayers and Toli, Huehue Tlatoli, ancient words of wisdom, explicitly describe humans as corn. Young warriors are likened to the lord of corn, Sintoteotl. Sinteotl, sorry. Over and over again, the notion of being food is a central part of the Aztec conception of what it means to be human. Corn represents the relationship between humans and the plants that live on the earth. Just as plants are food for humans, eventually humans are food for the earth. When you draw this card, consider your relationship with the earth, the land, and the place you depend on for life. Are you in balance? Are you out of balance? Are you grateful for everything that gives its life for you to live? Remember that corn connects you to the divine as well as to your roots and your essence. What a powerful message. I was just thinking about this exact thought this morning, and I wondered if I was going to come on here and say this. And then I was like, well, I don't know, it'll depend on the divination, and here we are. The message that keeps coming to me is we are what we consume. Not just what we eat, but what we consume. Our eyes are the essence of devouring. Our ears are the essence of devouring. Our stomachs are the essence of devouring. We are, in fact, as humans, the essence of devouring. That is our nature. It's not different than the nature of the entire universe. Kali Ma is also the essence of devouring. Santa Muerte is also the essence of devouring. So, since all beings are, all living things are the essence of devouring, since time itself is the essence of devouring, since the cycle of nature is the essence of devouring, we have to keep in mind that that's what we are, and that what we take in is what we become. It is that simple. It is that simple. What we take in is what we become. So if we're taking in a lot of invective and anger and outrage, even when it's justified, we're becoming that. When we're taking in a lot of spiritual bypassing and la la land, we're also becoming that. So how can we decide? This is the thing, is the only way to get free of the cycle of devouring from it devouring you is to choose what it is that you will devour. What will you choose to take in today? What will you allow? And not only allow, but what will you onboard and engage with? And I think that, this message is a dangerous message because it can very easily devolve into spiritual bypassing, into like, I don't know, I'm not paying attention, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, regardless of what comes in, what are you choosing to digest? What are you allowing to stick to your ribs? One of the things that I've been just really thinking about a lot in this past week has been how many people in the world who are just living their day-to-day lives and being good people are doing so without talking about it, without making a big deal of it, who are just quietly going about their lives every day trying to make the world a better place, trying to be a little bit more conscious, trying to be a little bit kinder, trying to help out somebody who's struggling or suffering. That is what I want to put in front of me, is that, what is it that needs my help right now? And how can I be of help? And just kind of step from that stone or lily pad to the next stone or lily pad of, where and when will I be of the greatest help right this minute? And honestly, I'm just not digesting the discursive mind and all the stories that it wants to tell me. Because all the stories that my discursive mind wants to tell me are rooted in a discursive world. And that is fundamentally not going to do anything of benefit for my spirit to become the strong spirit that I need to be in order to benefit beings. So thinking outside of my feelings about everything and into, what can I rest my focus on that will benefit from my focus, that will benefit from my activity, and then do that. So, last night it was a woman reaching out to me who's in a really, really tough situation, a lot up against her, and I just was with her for that. Today, I have a bunch of people who I'm going to be connecting with for this very reason, to help. So, when the discursive mind threatens to turn you into a consumer of discursive mind, give it something else to feed on. Give it planning to feed on, or readiness to feed on, or safeguarding others to feed on, and see how that shifts the landscape. And remember that we live in a world of devouring, and the only freedom we have in this devouring world is our choice. That's everything I have to say this morning. I hope it's helpful in some way. Now let's dive into practice with 3 prostrations before the shrine of Kuan Yin. And when we do our prostrations, and when we count our malas, and when we chant our prayers, we are doing the work. We're doing the work to be ready here so that we can do the work to be ready out here. Let's do the work. And let's remember that when we take refuge, taking refuge is not hiding from anything. Taking refuge is trusting that where we are placing our focus is the answer. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention today, person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today, I am really calling to mind all of the many, many people worldwide who are suffering under these extreme weather events. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on in climate right now. And there's a lot of people who have lost everything. So let's hold them today. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Kuan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Kuan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. All right, let's do this. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling out to Guan Yin and awakening within our own hearts that essence of Guan Yin. Yes, Monette, get the phone. I support you in this. All right. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Kuan 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 Yin Pusa. Lama dang kun shiksum lak chak salo, dak ni chang chuk ni por chi ke bar, gang dang gang du ke pa de dang der, tadu tu jay champo chitzin shing, kusum ke wei chala chapar sho, jam dang ning jay champo kun lang ni, tu jay champo dul jar ke pa nam, lame chang chuk chola go pe chir, tu jay champo trin le jay par sho. Homage to the Guru and three jewels. From now until I reach the essence of awakening, wherever I may be reborn in that place, may I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Inspired by loving kindness and supreme compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening, may I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Lama Duncan Sum Lak Chak Salo, Dakni Changchuk Nimpor Chike Bar, Gandang Gandu Kepa de Dang Der, Tadu Tuje Champo Jetsin, Shing Gusum Gewe Chila Chaparsho, Jamdang Ningje Champo Kunlang Ne, Tuje Champo Dulchar Girpanam, Lame Changchuk Chala Go Pechir, Tuje Champo Trin Leche Parsho. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our energies to whoever needs it. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadechin Yeshe Wangmo, Om Sosti, through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungne and his consort, May the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Kuan Yin in our hearts. Namo Kuan Yin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Kuan Yin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And remember, you are what you consume. So make good choices today. And we'll be back tomorrow. Bye now.